Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil, and I have an FAQ for you guys today. So we're going to dive right into our FAQ with the first question that I've kind of seen pop up a little bit is, how do you grow your account? Like, how do you avoid bloat? How are you building, depth to your roster? So let's go in here, guys. I created a little squad template to show you this. So you're never going to be able to avoid bloat because there's times where it is necessary, right? So you think of these, and I have a few characters here from different farms. So Greedo and Mob Enforcer from the Jabba the Hutt farm. You've got Commander Cody, who is a requirement for Jedi Master Kenobi. Hera is Profundity, and Veteran Smuggler Han is a Supreme Leader Kylo Ren farm. These are not great characters. These are characters that, I don't really rate that highly. However, they're characters that are necessary for you to progress in this game, that you cannot obtain Galactic Legends or good things without these characters. So yes, they're bloat, but they're necessary. That if you invest your resources into these characters, you're doing it to obtain a goal, right? They're a means to an end. So that is something that's super important to understand here when I say like necessary bloat, is that it's a means to an end. That you're not doing it because you think that character's necessarily good. You're doing it because you have to. For some of these guys, like a Veteran Smuggler Han, I still can find some uses for him, but when I get to the point, I won't use them anymore. It's just, it all depends. As your roster grows, these characters kind of will stop being used because you'll get bigger and better relics. The other kind of bloat that I would say I've seen, right, you have the necessary, and then you're going to have like what I'll call guild bloat. So in my example here, my Ben Solo and Boba Fett sign of Django are definitely more on my guild bloat side for my account. That I do not have the resources that I can take advantage of these characters right now. And that's okay. I built them for my guild. I was not building them because I want to build teams around them. But for my account, these are two characters that I would throw in that bloat column that just I'm not getting enough use out of. Now, when I would get Galactic Legends Rey, Ben Solo would no longer be bloat because he would be fantastic and he would have someone in, like he would fit into that squad there. So that's the guild bloat, is you're using it to help your guild, but it's not really helping your account per se. And that's where I throw these two characters. It's helping you with operations, whatever, but it's not really any of the, real benefit to my account. So then you have what I'm going to call targeted depth. These are characters that you are looking at to improve your roster, but that aren't really needed for any farm. So things like Vandor, Iden, Canderous, and Old Daka, you don't need to invest relics in any of these characters to get to the end game, right? They don't unlock anything that they need relics for. Like Canderous is for Darth Revan and Malik, but you do not need relics on him. So these were characters that either I'd love to invest in or that I have invested in, as you see with Canderous and Old Daka there, that I've gone ahead and made the decision that they're worth it, right? That targeted depth is saying, you know what, you're not needed for a Galactic Legend farm, or like, and I left out like Maul, Commander Tano kind of thing, where they don't lead to anything, but they're so important that you basically have to consider them a requirement. These are characters that you're targeting to say, I'm not building you because you're going to get me a Galactic Legend, I'm building you because you're good. And that to me is this like targeted depth, right? That is like, it's so important that you grow your account through this way, right? That you're targeting these characters to build depth to your roster. Then there's some characters that are necessary depth. So I have the 3 Imperial Troopers that you get through Sith Eternal, and then you'd obviously add more relics to Piet with the Executor, So necessary depth are characters that you have to build as part of a Galactic Legend farm, and they're good. That you're gonna get them for the Galactic Legend farm, and it's like a great thing. It's a bonus, And with this Imperial Troopers here from Sith Eternal, like that's awesome. You've got Darth Vader, who you need him for Jedi Knight Luke. You need him for Sith Eternal, Executor. Like that's fantastic, right? Those are all bonuses. Like check the box. Yes, yes, yes. We want Darth Vader, and then I have Jedi Knight Luke here as well, who. Yes, he's very expensive, but he is needed for 2 Galactic Legends himself. So he's going to build that necessary depth for your account that, these are things that, yes, they're a means to an end, but they're going to actually be good for a long time. So this is the other way that you kind of grow an account. You're looking at that. And then finally, there's guild depth. This is a situation like your Inquisitors, Geonosians, you could kind of maybe throw in there, but like definitely like Shaak Ti clones, where you build those things to help your guild, that you want to get Kadi Mundi Wat Tambor shards, or you're trying to get Reva shards. that is guild depth. Like, the Inquisitors are a good team, especially with Grand Inquisitor. You know, the 501st clones with Shakti and or General Skywalker are a fantastic team. Even Geonosians aren't terrible to Poggle. Omicron is very good in Territory Wars. So with these characters, you know, you're building them not because they might be necessarily needed for one thing or another. Or they're kind of needed for something, right? Because they unlock something, but you're helping your guild out and you're helping your roster. Another way to think of this is if you need to Relic 9 a character for platoons and you choose to Relic 9 your Jedi Master Luke. Well, that helped your account a lot because Jedi Master Luke's a great Relic 9 and it helped your guild. So that's kind of like the guild depth, that you're doing something that benefits both you and your guild. So, you know, when I look at those are kind of the ways that an account grows over time, that some stuff you're going to have to do that's necessary bloat. Now, you're going to get some of these characters who there's just legitimate bloat, right? Like that happens, but eventually your goal is that it's all going to become usable or all needed for something. So again, it does all kind of come in a circle. So the next question that I had, and I have some notes here that I was kind of looking at, it has to do with modding. So I know everybody loves to talk about modding, loves to ask me about modding. And I saw somebody ask, like, how do I know when I'm done modding a character? And this is a great question. Like, how do I know that I'm done? And so it's kind of like the perfect answer is you're never done modding. That you're always trying to improve your mods. You're always trying to change them and optimize them to make them better and better on your account. Now, realistically, there will become a point where you maybe stop focusing on mods for a certain character and move to another one. And that's what I want to focus on here. So there's kind of 3 questions to ask yourself of when you start, like, are you ready to stop modding? So the first one, right, is like, what stats are you trying to prioritize? So if you're going to someone like General Skywalker, what are the stats you want to prioritize? I want to prioritize protection, damage, and speed. Those were the 3 stats that I picked that I said I want to prioritize those 3 stats. Then you need to ask the question of at what point do those stats need to be at for you to feel confident? And that may be hit or miss. You might not know that answer. What I would recommend doing, you pop open, like, you guys could use mine as an example. Okay, Phil's General Skywalker has 134,000 protection, 290 speed, and 9,500 damage. Now, mine is also Relic 8. So if your General Skywalker isn't Relic 8, don't expect that you're going to hit maybe some of the numbers, like offense, that you would see. So you gotta kind of, account for that, but kind of look and see, how does that add up? And then the last one is, like, how long are you willing to focus? So for myself, how much longer would I be willing to focus to try and find out if I can get a mod here with more speed, more offense, and less health? Or, am I looking to find one that has better protection secondaries here? Or, one that has more offense? Whatever. There's so many ways to go here. At some point, I just have to move on and say, I'm satisfied. The way I do that, I'll go into, like, my squad arena. And I'll go up to one of these guys who has a really big account here. I'll use, I'm going to use Gugek as an example. So he's got Reva, he's got a massive account. So I'll go to someone like him. So he's got a Relic 9 General Skywalker. And I'm going to look at his stats. So he's got 131,000 protection. He's got less speed, but he's got a lot more offense. Look at that offense, 11,000 damage. So he's modded his a little bit differently. When you look, he's got protection there that's slower, right? But he's got crit damage where I don't have crit damage, and he only has a little bit less protection than me, right? And then he's got a lot of offense on this guy. I mean, you look at those he's got to have some good secondaries. Look, 5%, almost 6% offense there, 5%. So I can look at him and say, okay, I need to get more offense, but with the mods that I have, with the capability that I have, I'm comfortable with the numbers that my General Skywalker is showing. That's kind of the look that I do. I'm not near his, but my account isn't near his. So you've got to kind of just use that as a guidepost to kind of figure out, when to move on from modding a General Skywalker. The other thing I'll say with modding that, like, you're never done is you're going to go in these spurts where you're going to get some stuff where you're really, really happy the way the mod turned out. Here, 10% protection, 22 speed. Okay, right? We're moving along there. This one, this is a pretty decent mod. Not as fast, but the secondaries are very nice. Here, got the rolls that I wanted. Good offense, good speed. So, it's a constant process. I'm constantly evaluating my mods, constantly changing them. my goal is to always, be improving. That's the biggest thing, is that you're always improving. So those 3 questions of, what are the stats you want to focus on, how long are you willing to focus on it, and then what is the baseline? Like, when do you think you're done? Those are the things to continually ask yourself. So again, that was just one example. If I was to go to another character, let's go to my, let's go like a Darth Revan. So my Darth Revan is 342 speed. It's got 78,000 health, 5200 offense, right? So I've got, those are the stats, right? And my Darth Revan is Relic 5. So let's go to, again, let's go back to SWGOH here. And let's see what he's running on his Darth Revan, right? Again, this is just a guy that I bounce off of. I'm not saying that every person will have perfect mods. I just know this guy really, mods well and mods seriously. So he's got Relic 7. So right off the bat, he's Relic 7. He's going to have higher stats than me. So he's got 66,000 health, which is significantly, I've got more health on mine and I'm only Relic 5. But he's got a little bit more speed than me, right? Mine was 342, his is 347. Looks like he's got more potency than me, and he's got more damage. So when I go and look, he's got a potency, he's got critical damage, right? So he's got a critical damage, and he's got more total offense than me, and more speed. So again, that's something for me to look at to say, okay, he went more the route of, I want to deal more critical damage. He's got more offense and, more potency. He's trying to land those debuffs. So I could maybe switch my mods to say, you know what, that's what I want to do. And then maybe we'll use Darth Malgus as the final example. So here he's got Darth Malgus at 237 speed, but he's got a crazy amount of health, 176,000 health. Right, and then no offense. He's basically going all in on health. And who knows, maybe these aren't his official mods for Darth Malgus, right? I think they are, just from looking at the way they are. I think so. And if I was to come in over here to my Darth Malgus, right, I've got 135,000 because mine's Relic 7, his is Relic 9. I don't have as much protection. I am a little bit faster, but, and I've got, so I'm in the baseline, right? That, yes, I'm not going to have as much health and protection as him because he's got higher relics. He does have better mods, but am I at least close enough that, when I look at these and I'm like, okay, I'm at 135,000 health. Is there any place that I could actually fit more? And the answer is not really. That I've got pretty decent mods on him for what I have available to me. So that's growth, that's mods, that's kind of the, the basis. I don't really have a third topic for this FAQ because those ones took up a little bit more time, but I thought they were good topics. Hopefully it helps you guys continue to grow in this game. Hopefully it helps you guys continue to, get the most enjoyment out of this and get some advice to help build your accounts onward and upward. That's the video, guys. As always, I love all of you. May the force be with you, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. You thought I was going to skip it? I wasn't going to skip it. I was just waiting to see how many of you are going to stick around at the end of the video to pay homage to our king, Wampa. You guys know the drill. If you want to see Wampa hit Relic 8 on a special live stream, all you guys need to do, get this channel to 5,000 subscribers. When we hit 5,000, special live stream, and Wampa will hit Relic 8. That's it, guys. Hopefully you stayed for the end and got to praise our king. I love all you. May the force be with you. See you guys in the next video. Cheers.